I created my relationship from no communication. My idea of communication was crying or screaming, and my husband's idea of communication is not saying anything and just listening to me, and every now and then giving me a nod. To this space where we're in now after 12 years of really being loving and respecting and caring and supportive of each other. And really, even we all have our moments, even when we are in arguments, always coming from that place of love and respect. And how did we do that? I was anxious avoidant attachment style. I've had a lot of trauma in my life. And I come from an Eastern European country where communication in my family certainly wasn't a strong point. Our idea of communicating was very direct, yelling and screaming. It certainly wasn't coming from a loving, calm place, wanting to collaborate together and figure out a best solution as partners. It's just the way that I was brought up. As a result of this, I didn't know how to communicate, and our conflicts were often and sometimes out of control. But I went back to my studies, and I went back what I learned from my own therapy is always go within, always reflect on myself. The only person I can change is myself, and we'll see how that impacts the relationship. And if that doesn't work, go to something else. I didn't spend a lot of time figuring out how to change him, or I certainly tried to stay focused on me, to always reflect back on me. Even if I did have my moments where I said, you need to do this or you need to do that, I always then, okay, it's about me. How can I handle this situation better? What is it about the situation that makes me so angry or that makes me cry that I can't get my words out? What emotional wound there is for me to heal, for me to look at? What is the situation trying to tell me? I literally had to go back to basics. How do I communicate? I had to learn how to communicate because I didn't know how. I had to learn how to handle my own emotions because I didn't know how. Being in a serious relationship was new to me to this level, and I didn't know how to handle it. So each time I had an outburst, it was an indication for me to go within. We had to learn everything together about our marriage, how to handle money, how to handle a house, how to handle children, a dog. Every time something came up, my motto was assume I know nothing and start learning from scratch, start learning about everything that I can. I peeled each layer back one at a time, and I really attended to every emotional wound, trying to heal it. And I really think that's the reason why our relationship is so strong today. I went from being a people pleaser to being very alert to everything around me and everything triggering me, to finding my own worth, really finding out who I am and not apologizing for it. And that made a massive difference in my relationship. When working with people, my focus is always on the person in front of me, on them, not on the other person, because we can only change ourselves, we can only heal ourselves.